A very good evening to all of you. Uh, you might have heard so many cases on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube that a couple who's living a live-in relationship. After a few years, when the girl pressures him to marry him, he kills her. Or sometimes we hear about a woman hatching a plan with her lover to kill her own husband. Sometimes it's a couple doing something very weird to somebody else. So these are all the cases where something has completely gone wrong in a relationship. So in this video, we'll try to understand what has actually gone wrong in a relationship, which compels a man to take the woman, mm, which compels a man to take the life of the woman in his life, or something which compels the woman to take the life of the man who is in her own life. These things are never justified. You have no right whatsoever to kill somebody. But these things have become very frequent, and I find it very shocking and astonishing that, in spite of the fact that so many men and women are killed uh, in such incidents, nobody is actually raising a voice that these things are not acceptable in any sane society in the world. And most importantly, what are we doing to correct this problem? We cannot always expect government to intervene in each and every problem that we face. We ourselves do have some responsibility about solving our own problems. So here, as a life coach, Dr. Uttam Dave, I'm going to talk today about building a loving relationship, which will shield you from these kind of death attacks, which have become very rampant in India. And it disturbs me a lot when I see that a man and woman who've entered into a loving relationship end their relationship in such a brutal way. So let's see what are the things you can do in your relationship, whether you are a dating couple or you are in a live-in relationship or you are somebody who's married to someone, and then suddenly you fall out of love and then you want to eliminate the partner. So let's see what you can do with this. The first thing you can do is create psychological intimacy. Share your innermost experiences and deepest feelings with the person you love. Now, this is something which has to happen on a regular basis. And you cannot say that, I'm very busy and, I don't have time to listen to my partner. Well, when you married somebody, there was definitely an unwritten law that you will spend time with your partner. And in this time and age, if you say that you don't have time for your partner, I'm sorry, that cannot be bought. Because if you have the time to scroll your mobile phone, I'm sure you have time to speak to your partner, listen to your partner, understand your partner, appreciate your partner. Talk daily about your impressions of the people and events you encounter. Now, this is also very important. I do understand that if the man and the woman both are working, they may not have the time to talk regularly. But then, once a week, talking to your partner is a must. You have to leave aside all the other work. And I'm sure that if we decide, we all can have lots of time at our hand, and especially to talk to people who really matter in our lives. So once a week, you should be able to talk to your partner for hours together, and don't set a time that, okay, if I'm going to have 30 minutes, and you say whatever you have to say within 30 minutes. I have some other work. Your relationship cannot exist like that. You have to give plenty of time to your relationship. Now, reveal your most important life goals. Share your reactions to the triumphs and failures you experience. So, you have to share your life goals and also the successes and failures which you meet on a daily basis. So, what will happen is, once you start sharing these personal details of your life with the man or the woman who is a significant part of your life, things will start happening. You will develop more intimacy in your relationship, and that is what is actually lacking in most modern relationships, that there is no intimacy, there is just sex and sex and sex, and there is no depth to the relationship. What is the next thing which you can do is maintain physical intimacy. Hug and kiss in private, hold hands in public. Now these are the things which don't happen very often. I'm very surprised when I hear that there is no hugging and kissing. um, and no hand holding in public. And apart from that, you should be setting aside time at least once every week to have sex with your partner. If you're not having sex with your partner in your home, your partner is definitely going to be gravitated to somebody else in the office and start having sex with them, and you really don't want that to happen. The third thing, spend time each day discussing your other lives, your work, your families, your hobbies, and any other areas of life you may not always experience together. The man can talk about his office, the woman can talk about his office, the woman can talk about the hobbies which she has or she follows, the man can follow and talk about the hobbies which he has. Yes, I do understand that especially in metropolitan cities like Mumbai, Bangalore, Delhi, and all, a husband and wife may be too tired to talk to each other. But then, when I see that they are tired, but they are not tired enough to watch their cell phones, then something is definitely wrong. If you think that your cell phone is more important than your partner, something is definitely very, very wrong with the fundamental foundation of your relationship. That you feel that a phone is more important than your partner, you find that the phone is more interesting than your partner, then I'm sorry to say that something is definitely wrong in the relationship. Because couples whom I have coached, they are the ones who have come up to me saying that they are fed up with the fact that their partners are always busy on the cell phones. We want to talk to them directly, but they don't want to talk to me. Now this clearly shows that one partner is interested in the other is not. One is invested in the relationship and the other is not. What else can you do? Make each other laugh, especially in a mature relationship where you may have forgotten the importance of being funny. Yes, I do understand that being funny either for a man or a woman is not easy. Everyone doesn't have a funny bone. But then you can watch a show like Kapil Sharma together, right? Even if you watch little clippings together, or you've seen something very funny, forward it to your wife. If the wife has seen something very funny, forward it to the husband. Or I would say that on a daily basis, even if you can watch 5 to 10 minutes of a Kapil Sharma show, that's going to de-stress you a lot, because laughter is something which every human being needs in their lives. The next one, express love in ways that are important to your partner. Some need to see proof of love, for example, gifts or things you do. Some need to hear proof of love, for example, saying I love you or giving compliments. Some need to feel proof of love, for example, through hugs and kisses. Tell your partner which of these expressions you need. So these are basically the different languages of love. Somebody is fine getting compliments, somebody is fine receiving gifts, somebody is fine receiving hugs. So please be very, very open about asking your partner the kind of love language which they are expecting, and please fulfill them. And the last part, view the flaws you see in your lover as a coal that hasn't yet turned into diamond. Don't plan or hope to change a thing. If you can't accept that what you see is what you get, leave the relationship before it's too late. Now, let me tell you something. We always see films in which somebody starts off at a certain point of time, and then by the end of the whole thing, he or she has transformed. Of course, there is a possibility of transformation, but transformation is something which happens on its own. Or if I want to transform myself, I will take all the trouble to do so, not because my life partner tells me to do so. Because we are all very egocentric and we don't want our partners to teach us what we should be doing, what we should be thinking, and how we should be acting. So, if at all there is a transformation, it's going to happen only if you are spiritual minded or religious minded, and not because your partner is taunting you to change. So, that is not going to happen. So, you have to accept the person as he or she is. And let me tell you something, that neither the man nor the woman is flawless. So, you better accept the fact that you are going to live with an imperfect man or woman, and accept them for the good things which they have to offer in the relationship. In case if you are somebody who thinks that your relationship lacks love, then you can take a small consultation with me of about half an hour online, and I will teach you ways and means of how to develop love in your relationship. And then instead of your relationship being filled with conflicts and fights and threats and criticisms, it will turn into a very, very I would say a very, very stable environment of love, hope, and peace. So do contact me on 9920655464. I am available for coaching you between 4 to 9 p.m. Mondays to Saturdays. And I wish all the couples in the world, whether you are in a live-in relationship, you are a dating couple, you are a married couple, you are a gay couple, you are a lesbian couple, you are a bisexual couple, uh, any couple is welcome to approach me to solve their problem and uh, fill their lives with love. Thank you and all the best.